Well, Kenny making it happen this morning. Yes, it is. I have the threesome of us up right now, Kenny, because this is it. We are about out the door. Could be after that last segment. Yeah, but that's right. Well, in studio with me right now, I'm gonna bring Steve back up on here. Stephen Brock is the owner of the Driven Sports Academy that's here in Fayetteville, and I got a picture of your facility. Let me see. I think I was able to upload or download whatever. I load somewhere. Where is it? It's somewhere. Oh, here's a nice shot. There you go. That's a nice shot. That's one of two that you sent me.
Yes, sir.
And where is this facility, and what is it used for?
Yes, sir. So we are located in downtown Fayetteville, right on the corner of Winslow and Blount Street. It's a gray brick building, and inside there we have softball and baseball lessons that we're giving, and we're teaching those lessons to ages all the way down to T-ball at 3 years old, and we train all the way up to 17.
And now was that a glass building or something? What was in that building before you?
I think it originally was built because I could still see the metal lettering on the wall. It was actually an iron or a steel warehouse at some point, metal work of some sort.
But it's a big enough building for having. It looks like a batting cage in there. Kind of describe it because I'm kind of showing it. And let me get off of Codwell's name out of there. What am I looking at here? And I see the green space and the lights up in the middle.
Yes, sir. So actually, the building currently is split between myself and then the other individual that's on the other side. He has a wrestling portion, but on my half, we're looking at about 6,000 square foot, and in there I have three batting cages inside there, so automatic and personal drop machines. So it's really great for those individuals that are bringing a coach along with them, or if you just want to come in and just get some hitting time on your own. But the green space that you're looking at there, all of those cages fold all the way back, and so now it gives us about 4,500 square foot of training space, and we get full teams in there, all the way up 12, 15 kids at a time, running drills back and forth and running across it. And with the 25-foot ceilings, it makes it great for that indoor space, especially as we approach the hot season in summer. It's going to get pretty warm. It is climate controlled, and so that's a big plus, especially in the summer months.
Yeah, but I've seen batting cages out in different areas, with the netting out and everything. But to be able to be in a temperature controlled facility is really big in terms of your ability to train hard.
Absolutely.
And not worry about overheating or being too cold or whatever it might be.
Absolutely. I mean, there's absolutely a component to training outdoors, and you need to. If you're going to be a successful team and a competitive team, you need to get that time outdoors. But indoors, winter and summer and those hard months, it's nice to be able to just go and kind of focus and not focus on the heat or the cold. You can really just focus on your game and improving your skills.
I was reading your background on your facility and everything. This is about leadership training.
Yes, sir.
Talk about that element of what it is you do and you provide for these kids.
Yes, sir. No, so I get a lot of individuals who say to me like, "Well, you never played pro baseball or at that level." Well, that's absolutely right. But that's why me and my portion in it, I did play at competitive high school. But that was 20 plus years ago. I decided to join the Army after 9/11 and went that route, and I just retired in October. 20 years in the Army out of Special Operations, and really my last position was at the Non-Commissioned Officer Academy, and that portion right there really allowed me to identify what individuals respond to and how they respond to, and what I'm noticing is in our younger generation, and really everyone at this point, the mental adversity or the mental resilience is struggling. Their ability to overcome those setbacks, it really just cripples some of the youth. And so why not take a sport that is built for you to fail? At a failing 3 out of 10 hits is still Hall of Fame.
Right. I thought it sounds like golf, but go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. And so really what I take to it is I'm taking 20 years of Army leadership, and in the special ops community, you get the opportunity to get like different training, a lot different training than individuals, and I'm put into different positions. And so I'm taking a lot of that, and I'm transitioning it and writing essentially courses and curriculum for youth. And so I translate things that happen on the ball field to other things that can happen in life. And so I'm teaching stuff, how to become driven, essentially. First thing you need is to set a goal. And if you're going to set a goal, you need to know how to do that. You need the framework that goes behind it. And so I'm instructing on how to set that framework. And then from there, I'm teaching youth how to overcome adversity by doing doing visualization and then positive self-talk. A lot of that stuff that's exactly what winners do. And I have a big saying that, like, everybody wants to be a winner, but nobody wants to do what winners do. And winners, they think right, they train right, they eat right, sleep right, and then all of that leads to playing right.
Well, you make a good point, and I didn't retire from the military. I just did my 3 years and got out. I was injured through Ranger School, but I got my tab, and the course of training. As a matter of fact, I just looked up Zapper training that goes on. We're going to have Zapper in here, the dog that is now the USO Canine of the Year, going to come in here on Thursday, and his name is Zapper, and wears a beret. Alan, have you seen?
I have probably seen him at events and things of that nature, but I don't think I've ever interacted with him.
Well, and so I was looking that up, and then I said, let me see about Ranger School. I went back and looked at training and what the requirements are in order for you to get the tab.
Yeah.
I was blown away. I said, I did that. And the point I'm making is, even you with special ops in the military, when someone says to you that you were not professional or whatever it might be, I always bring up the Coach K example. He taught, at West Point. He played ball himself. He didn't make it to the pros. I don't think he made it to the pros. But most good coaches may not have made it to the level of, we might say, the epitome of the sport in the professional sense.
Sure.
But Coach K can tell a player, get your elbow in, get your arm up,
Right.
and shoot this way, and that's how you shoot a good jump shot.
Excellent.
This is how you play defense. He doesn't have to do it. You're writing curriculum right now to teach kids not about sports, but about life.
Absolutely.
All right. Now, look, I set you up, and I see why it's called driven, and I hear it. I hear it in your voice, and I see what you're doing. But that's it. Did I just surmise that in a nutshell?
I mean, that's absolutely that's incredible. Yeah, you did put that in one nutshell, and I'm sorry I just kind of misplaced what I was going to say. That happens at a time. It's just
Sure, but look, look at it from this perspective, though, Stephen. Stephen Brock is the owner of Driven Sports Academy that's here in Fayetteville. We appreciate you coming out here. If you think about it, through all the training, all the military training you've been through over the course of 20 years, even my little bit of training that I've been through over the course of the 3 years of active duty, and I was a battalion commander for my ROTC unit, the military knows how to teach people how to do things. You take a guy like Kenny, Hitman McLean, who's over there in the other studio right now, looking dead-eyed into the thing, trying to figure out how much time we have. The military could teach Kenny, I'm bringing you up on screen, we can teach you how to fly a drone and do something that you have no idea of how to do, but because of the way the military, and I'm talking about all branches, the military teaches an individual to learn abstract things.
Absolutely.
Those are things that you can apply in life.
Absolutely.
Wait, Kenny? Yeah.
Well, yes, sir. And for instance, Coach K, he led so many people to Duke University, even though he did not play in the NBA. You are correct. How about this? 13 Final Four championships, Blue Devils, 5 national titles. What was he doing? He was a leader.
That's right. And that's the point that we're driving home for you, that you drive home in your facility. If young folks or parents want to get involved with you, what do they need to do?
Yeah, if you'd like to get involved and you want to come down, first thing I need you to know is I want you to want it. It's very difficult to train somebody who does not want to be better. Now, I can give you a few things that will kind of incite that little dog inside, but at the end of the day, if you don't want to be better, I don't want to train you. And I don't think any of my coaches do. Because at the end of the day, you mentioned it already, is that it's not about me or what level the coaches played at, because we are teaching those skills. And I have very smart, skilled individuals that are doing a lot of the skill training. But you can know everything in the world, but if you don't know how to translate that information to youth or to someone younger, then what good is it if you have all that information?
Well, see, you make a good point also, and I've said this as well. I coach my golf team, and those guys are way better than me. Had a guy that missed a 6-foot putt, and we had a mulligan to make another putt. I could have done it,
Sure.
but I said, fix your mistake.
There you go.
Boom, there, down the hole.
And that's
that-
what it's all about.
That's what it is.
Look, it's okay to mess up. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to say, I don't know. You have to. That is the only way that you get better at something, is you have to admit that I don't know it. So,
Well, I guess the other part of this, as you talk about, they want to win. That's called self-motivation. I say this to folks every spring or every New Year's. Everybody's going to make these resolutions to go to a spa and lose weight.
right.
And I told my wife Doris, I showed you a picture of her. She don't look like she need to go to a spa, but here's the thing. If she wants to join a spa, or if you want to join a spa, I don't care who you are, whatever it is. If you are not getting up in the morning, getting out of your bed and giving yourself 10,
right.
rolling over, giving yourself 10 sit-ups, walking down the steps, up the steps, down the steps, up the steps, or walking around your block, you're not going to be successful with keeping that New Year's resolution of going to a spa somewhere, because it takes too much makeup to put on, the dress you got to do. You can do all that at the house,
right.
free. And I'm not knocking the sports places, the spas. They're great places, and that's where you get the teamwork and the camaraderie that's needed in order to stay on schedule.
Right.
But it starts with self-motivation, and that's what you were talking about.
Fully agree. And I mean, over 8 combat deployments in the Middle East, I spent a lot of time just kind of being away from my family and alone. And what you have to do, you have to find a way to keep yourself going every single day. You lose a couple guys or a couple buddies, and you can't just lay there and cry about it. We have to move on. We have to keep pushing. And so that's what we do. And, I want to teach kids how to do that so that we can be a stronger generation and a stronger America moving forward.
All right. Stephen Brock, the owner of Driven Sports Academy, that's here in Fayetteville, downtown. You have a number? Give it out real quick.
I do. So you can call my phone number. It's at 910-600-1880. Or you can visit my website and or our Facebook page. It's driven-sports-academy.com, or just Driven Sports Academy on Facebook.
Stephen, we appreciate your service.
Thank you.
Thank you for the time that you spend in the military and your retirement. Enjoy your beautiful family. And this is not going to be the last time we see you.
No, sir.
Let's be in touch and let's folks know how your business develops as you go.
Well, I look forward to helping Fayetteville and the rest of our internal community become driven.
All right. You're listening to News Talk 640 WFNC. We've got Fayetteville's most dependable forecast with CBS 17 meteorologist Rachel Dunsing.
Today will be partly cloudy with a few spotty showers and a high of 75. Overnight will be partly cloudy with a low of 59, and Wednesday will be mostly cloudy with rain and thunderstorms and a high of 78. We do have a marginal risk for severe weather on Wednesday with damaging winds being the main threats. Tonight we'll get some much needed rain out of this system, but then after that our weather remains unsettled and a little cooler to end the week. That is your favorite forecast. I'm CBS 17 meteorologist Rachel Dunsing.
All right, Rachel, thank you so much. Right now, we've got some scattered showers actually in the area. 54 degrees is what the forecast is saying the temperature is right now. You're listening to News Talk 640 with WFNC. I got a picture of you sitting there or something.
Blindster.com. If you price custom blinds at a retail store, you know how expensive they can be. At Blindster, we do things differently. You measure home, install yourself, and save big on custom blinds. Plus, we guarantee they'll fit. Blindster.com.
Get more bang.
Make it seem like you're in the space shuttle, but